This is unit number 3 and lecture number 2. This is Verilog operators. Okay. So this is the special topic that we can see in the data flow modeling. It's not, in fact, this operators is not necessary for the data flow modeling. It can be used anywhere. Okay, any modeling style that we can use. But here we have a concept, therefore we discuss here. Okay. So what do you mean by an operator? Okay. So what do you mean by an operator? So it can perform something on operands. Okay, it can perform something on operand. Okay, for example, you take some operation here. You consider one operand, operand 1, and you consider another operand 2. So operand is nothing but one kind data. Normally nothing but a data. Data can be in the form of a variable. Okay, you take two variables, for example. What you want to do, that variable will decide or will representation of the data. Actually, the variable is nothing but representation of the data. Okay, so if you have a two data in your hand, what you want to do with the data? So you want to perform some kind of functionality on it, whether you have to perform addition between that one, subtraction, or whatever it may be, some kind of thing that you have to do. So whatever it is that you are considering here, this is called an operator. This is called an operator. It do some kind of thing. Okay. So I can simply say that operator can do something on operands. Okay. So is this the only the way that we have to give the operator between the two operands? The answer is no. So we have different ways are there. Okay. So the operation can be performed on a single operand. Operation can be performed on two operands. So as I mentioned, that operand is nothing but a variable. Variable represents the data. That's all. Okay. So it can be a single data, it can be a two data, it can be a three data, whatever. Okay. So depending upon the number of operands, okay, the operators are classified into three different things. Okay. So therefore it depends on the number of operands operators are classified into three categories, into three. Okay, the first one is nothing but unary operator. Unary operator. The second one is binary operator. The third one is ternary operator. Ternary operator. So what do you mean by the unary operator? Okay, so that means this operator needs only one operand. Okay, so operator needs only one operand. Okay, so whereas if you consider this one binary operation, it needs two operands. Okay, it needs two operands, whereas a ternary operator needs three operands. Okay, is it clear? Okay, so these are the different classifications are there among the operators. Okay, now what kind of operation the what kind of operation it has to do on the operands, what kind of operation it has to do on the operands. Based on that one, we can define the operators by either arithmetic operator or a logical operator, relational operator, different types. Okay, so there are different type of operands are there. I can simply write there are different types operators are available in Verilog HDL. In Verilog HDL. So let us see one by one. Okay. The first one is arithmetic operator. Arithmetic operator. Okay. So that means it performs, this operator will perform the arithmetic operation on the operands. Okay, performs the arithmetic operation on operands. So therefore one point we will write here, performs arithmetic operation on operands. Okay, so that's the first point that we should know. The second point we should know is that, okay, so how many operands are required for this one? Whether it is arithmetic operator will comes under a unary operator, binary operator, ternary operator. But is actually this operation is actually it can be a unary operator, it can be a binary operator. Okay, so it can be unary or binary. Okay, so what are the different available operators that we use under this arithmetic operation? Okay, so we are going to use plus, stands for addition operation, subtraction, multiplication, division, modulus. This is nothing but a modulus. Okay, and powers. Power means two slashes, two multiplication symbols that we have to use. Okay, so these two adder and subtraction symbols that is also used for unary operation. Unary operation. Unary operator కూడా work చేస్తాయి. So normally these are binary operators. These are all binary operators. Among all these things, plus and minus also use it for unary operation. Okay. So we'll take one example. How do we perform these operations on this one? Okay. So we take one example there. For example, okay. So we take one value, something value. So let us consider something like this. A is equal to, for example, I'll write here. A is equal to 4 bit of 0011, for example, and B is equal to 4 bit of 0100. So this is the data I have given, and D is equal, for example, 6, E is equal to 4, and F is equal to 2, for example. Okay. So the moment if I'm writing A and B, this is a binary representation. Okay. And the moment if you're writing D, E, F, this, if I'm not mentioning anything, means it is a decimal number system. Okay, it's a decimal number system. All the decimal number systems are, if you're not using the number format, it will be considered as an integer. Okay, normally number format that we have to use is if you want to write it as a decimal, it must be represented in the form of decimal format. But I'm not writing like this, means it is an integer. Okay, fine, no problem. I want to perform an operation called an operation is a plus b is required. Of course, better a plus b, everybody knows that. A into b, what is the value that we will get? Okay. Next, d by e, what value we will get? Okay. A plus b, what we will get? Next, a minus b or b minus a, for example, what we will get? And f is equal to e double star f. What you will get there? So simply arithmetic operation, nothing more than that. In the normal life, whatever the way that we are using the multiplication, division, addition, subtraction, the same way that it will perform. Okay, A and B. So generally, the moment the multiplication symbol I'm using, that means that it is performing the arithmetic multiplication between A and B. So for that one, it is converted A into it is actually 3 value, and B value is actually 4. So altogether, what is the value of this one? So for example, y is equal to y, for example, y is equal something, y is equal something. Okay. So what is the y value then now becomes? Y value becomes 12. Okay. So y is equal to 12, but that is represented in number format. Therefore, y is represented in a better fashion, a bit of 1100. So that is how it will be resulting to. Okay. So whatever the operands data type or data representation is there, the same way it is producing the output. Okay. B is no. Okay. Next, what about A? What about Y? D by E? It is a division operation. So what do you mean by the Y here now? 6 by 4. So what is the value of this one? 3 by 2. What is the value of this one? Becomes 1. So therefore, Y is assigned by 1. Okay. Whatever the remainder is there, that remainder will be considered for this one. Okay. Next, what about A plus B? Everybody knows that A plus B. A plus B stands for the bit by bit addition of the information, right? So for example, A is equal to 0, 0, 1, 1, and B is equal to 0, 1, 0, 0. So bit by bit addition, 1, 1, 1, 0. So that implies that Y is equal to 0, 1, 1, 1. Similarly, B minus A. So B is 0, 1, 0, 0. This is 0, 0, 1, 1. So, okay, the plus we have done. So what is the minus here now? So minus means what it will do. So actually, it will perform something like this. So it takes minus 1 here means borrow is 1, difference is 1. Okay. So 1 and 0 becomes 1, 1 and 1, that is 0, 0, 0, 0. So that will be happening. So because this one is coming here, therefore 1 minus 1, 0, 0 and 0, 0 and 1, 1. Okay, this is what the value that we have. Y is equal to now, support of 0, 0. It is also actually, it is in the form of number representation. It is also a 4-bit of 0, 1, 1, 1. So that's it. Similarly, what about last one? F here is that F I have mentioned. What is the F here? E means what? What is the value of the E? Is 4. 4 power 16. So therefore, Y is equal to 16 will be there. Okay. So this is how a normal arithmetic operation is performed between the data. Okay. For example, if I'm writing something like this, so for example, modulus, for example, okay. Okay. For example, something like this. A is equal to 4-bit of 10x1 and B is equal to 4 bit of 1100. So if I'm asking you what is the value of the A, y is equal to A plus B, if I want to write, what is the value? So since one of the data having the unknown value, the result will also be unknown value. So y is actually, it's a 4 bit of all unknowns. It is a 4 bit of all unknowns. Please remember this point. Okay. So note, I can simply write it as note 1. Okay, that means whenever you are performing any kind of operation, it should not contain any kind of unknown data. If an unknown data is there, then it cannot perform the operation. Simply it will result unknown value. Okay, note number 2. For example, A is equal to -3, B is equal to 2, for example. So here, what is the minus symbol says that it is also an arithmetic operator, but here it's not performing the operation. It is representing the negative value. It is representing the negative value. So it will take the negative value of this one. Of using this one is only one operand we are using. This is the only one operand that we are using. One operand with the arithmetic operators is nothing but a sign representation, nothing more than that. Okay, that's what we can do. Okay, we'll take another example. For example, okay, next we will consider another example, note number 2. For example, 13 modulus of 3, what it will do? So it's actually, it is representing the remainder. Okay, whatever the remainder is there, that remainder it will show you. Okay, so what is the remainder for this one? So remainder becomes 1. 13 and 3 3s are 9. 3 4s are 12. What is the remaining one? 1 will spending. Okay, so it shows that remainder value. So the 1. Okay, so like this modulus will be noted here. Of course, we don't mainly focusing on these arithmetic operators frequently. Just we want to stop it here for the arithmetic operation. So the next one is logical operation. Of course, another note number 3 also, note number 4 also we'll consider, note number 4, which means that, for example, something like this, -10 divided by 5. Okay, so what is the value of this one? Okay, it is reminder. What about the 5 here now? Yeah, coefficient will be the answer. Actually, in the previously we thought that it's a reminder, it's not reminder, it's a quotient value. So what the value of this one is? 2. Actually, 2 will be the answer. Okay, quotient. So, but actually the negative sign is represented for the first one. Therefore, first sign is assigned to this one. First value is assigned to this one. Okay. For example, take 5, sorry. Similarly, we consider it in this way. 10 divided by -5 for example. Then what is the value? It is also plus 2, but it is a positive sign. So whatever the positive sign representation is there, that sign will be assigned to the quotient value. Okay? That's what you should remember. So this is all about the arithmetic operation. Now let us move to the next operator, that is called logical operator. Okay. It's a logical operator. So what this logical operator will do? Okay. So it performs logical operation between operands. Between the operands. Generally, it is a it is also fall under the unary operators is there, and binary operators also there. Okay, let us consider that one. So what are the available logical operators are there? So the available logical operators are logical and available. I can write it as available. Operators. So logical and two ends that we need to write. Okay. Logical or two things that we need to write. Logical not. Logical not. It is a logical not actually. Negation we can use in a different fashion, but this is a logical not. So these are the three logical operators that normally we use. Okay. So we perform some kind of operations on it so that we can clearly understand this one. Okay. So see, the negation also can be used. It is not a logical operator purpose, but actually the meaning of the negation and the meaning of the explanatory is the same. But specifically we are talking about in the previously also I told you that whatever the operators in the previous class that we have seen logical operations, general sense that I told you that, but original meaning of the logical operation is this one. Okay, those are all bitwise operators actually. Okay, so what the logical operators will do? It gives either true or false output, true or false output value. What does it mean? So if anything which is not equal to 0, please remember very carefully, if anything is not equal to 0, it is treated as a true value. True value. Okay. Anything which is equal to 0, anything which is equal to 0, this is treated as a false value. False value. Okay, this is the logic behind this one. Okay, so whenever we are talking about the logical operators, those are mainly working on logical information. Okay, so what is the logical information in the sense? So logical operation means the true or false information only. True or false information. When we can call it as a true, if it is a 1. So 1 means that not equal to 0. False must be 0, which is nothing but no information is available. Okay, so in that sense, let us consider an example. Okay, so let us consider some a is equal to something like this 3 and b is equal to 0, for example. So I want to perform a ended with b, a odd with b, logical not of a, logical not of b. Okay, so what output that we will get here for this one? Okay, and one more thing is that I want to say that it gives either true or false output. That means a single data will be the result of this one. Okay, now what is the a and b? So which means that for a and b we have to perform logical operation. What do you mean by the 3? 3 is a true statement or false statement? It's a true statement because so the 3 ended with 0. Okay, which means that 3 is not equal to 0. 3 is not equal to 0. Not equal to 0. Sorry, I'll write it in this way so that you can understand. 3 is not equal to 0. Okay, and similarly 0 is equal to 0. So therefore what is happening here now? What we can say that is a true or false? Yes, this is true. That is true. What about the next one? A is equal to 0. Sorry, yeah, B is equal to 0. Yes, that is true. That is also true. So what is the resultant of this one? True and true means what is the end operation between the true and true? So logical 1, which means that, and it is also logical 1. What is the logical operation between 1 and 1? End operation. 1 only. So that means 1, which means that true. Is the 1, which means that this is true. Okay, so if you perform A and B, between A and B values are given, so the output will be true value. What about the second one? So I'm A is equal to 3 and B is equal to 0. With that, B is equal to 0 means what? Yeah, B is equal to false. Yes. So 0 means B is equal to false. Kada. 0 means automatically 0 means a true false value only. So 0 not equal to 0. That's true. Therefore, it's false. It's a false information. It is a false information. So that means that is 0. So this is value is 0. So value of this one is false. Okay. So what about A or B? So for the second case, what we can understand that it is true value, but it is ORed with this one, with the false value. So what we will get finally? True value only we will get the output. OR operation ante kada 1 0. 1 0, what is the output for this one is true only, one only, logic one only. What about this one? So it shows that it will give you the logic one as an output. It shows you that the logic value of this one is, okay, please remember this way. What about not equal to 3? Is it true or false? So not of true. Not of true. What we will get? 0, which means that false. The output is false. What about not of this one? Not of false. What we will get here is 1, which means that true value. Right? So that's how we can do. So the only the logical operation means we have to perform the logical operation between the things. That means we should know the logical operation between the end operation, or operation, and not operation. Okay. So X or X not at all dictated here. Only 3 logical operators are there. One is logical and, logical or, logical not. That's all. Okay. Next, let us go for another one. Relational operator. The next one is relational operator. Of course, we'll write one note here. Okay, don't forget this note. Note. What if any one of the operand is equal to unknown value? So evaluated to unknown. So if any one of the operand is unknown, unknown means X, then the output is, then the result is also unknown. Okay, don't forget to write this one. Don't forget about this one. Okay, what does it B is equal to 4 bit 0 0 1 X? Okay, so B is equal to 4 bit of 1 1 0 1, for example. Something else I have written. So in this sense, for example, of course, 3 bits we have not done, right? So let us consider this is 1. So in this case, what is the value of Y? For example, Y is equal to A ended with B. Output. Okay. What is the output for this one? So A is 0 or what? A is not 0. Is more than, not equal to 0. That means true. That is true. Ended with, what about B? It is also true. This is also true. What is the resultant of this one? True only. Okay. So as I mentioned that if the data size is whatever may be the size it is, whenever you are performing the logical operation, all the data, entire data of A is treated as one, whether true or false. B is also we are treating as true or false. Okay. Based on that one only we have to do it. Okay. So don't forget about that. So therefore it is better. I will consider it in a different way. I'll put it here. Okay, in this case, for example, note number 1, A is equal, for example, some x here. Okay, so B is equal logic 0 here. If I want to write A is equal to x, sorry, A odd with B, for example, what is the result that we'll get? What is the result we will get? Y is equal to unknown. Y is unknown. That is actually x value. X it will be showing. Okay. A is whatever may be the size it is. Okay. For example, instead of taking the A is equal something like this, if I consider, for example, if I consider A1 is equal to 2 bit of 0x. Okay. So A2 is equal to 2 bit of 1 0, for example, something like this. If I ask you to write y is equal to A ended with A2, what will happen? Y is equal to unknown again. Y is unknown, x only. Okay. So therefore, it does not depending upon the size of the data. One thing we should know. And if any one of the operand is having the logic 0 unknown value, the entire operation will be logic unknown value only. Okay. So therefore, this is what the note number 2. So independent of data size or operand size, whatever it may be. It is independent of data size. Okay. Next, another one is relational operator. Third one is relational operator. A, B here I have written. What about C here? C is relational operator. Okay. So the comparison will be performed between the operations by using this operator. Okay, comparisons. Can be done by this operator. What for? That's what I'm writing here. What for this operator has to use? That means comparison. So what are the available operators? Okay, so the first one is greater than, so that is greater than, less than, greater than or equal, less than or equal. So these are the different relational operators are there in Verilog HDL, right? So only we have to focus on greater, less than, greater than or equal, less than or equal. Okay, so it's not the greater than or equal and itla pette symbol ledu. We don't have any that symbol. Just only we have greater than and equal that we have to write. Okay, so let us understand this operator with the help of some kind of value. For example, A is equal to examples. For example, A is equal to 4 and B is equal to 3, for example. Okay, and X is equal, for example, 4 bit of 1 0 1 0, and Y is equal to 4 bit of 1 1 0 1, and some E is equal to 4 bit of 1 x x x. Okay, now I want to perform. Now I want to say that what do you mean by if y is equal to a is less than or equal to b, and what value will be assigned to y? Okay, and for example, y is equal to a is greater than b, what value will be assigned to that one? Okay, similarly, if y is greater than or equal to x, what will happen? if y is less than z, what will happen? See, here is x is not meant for unknown value, but it's simply a variable x. Okay, so don't confuse that when I'm writing x there somewhere else, which the meaning of the unknown means you have to consider this unknown only. Okay, fine. So what is the result that will be given to this one? A or B? A is less than B, less than or equal to B. Okay, so the comparison it can be performed. Okay, the comparison is also based on whatever the value of this one is there. Okay. Okay, what if the value of this one, if A is, what is the value of the A? A is equal to 4. Is it less than or equal to 3? That's what it is the compares. Okay, so is it true or false? False. Therefore, false information this is. So what is the result of the Y? Y is assigned by logic 0. Y is assigned by logic 0. Is it clear? So therefore, whenever we are talking about the comparison, the result is also a single bit data only. Result will be also a single bit data. So that's what you should remember. What about here? A is 4 greater than 3. Is it true or false? See, in the previous one, less than it is less than or equal to 3. False. If A is greater than 3, yes, this is true. Which means true is Y is assigned by 1. What about here? What is the X here? So what is the Y here? Y is 1, 1, 0, 1. Is it greater than or equal to 1, 0, 1, 0? That he has to compare. Okay, so what it has to do in this situation, relational operator, what it will do is that it will be evaluated to the decimal value. What the decimal value of this one? It's 12, 13. So 13 value. Is it greater than or equal to 8 and 2? It is the 10. Is it true or false? So 13 is greater than, there is no doubt, but it's not equal to 10. Okay, that means it is false. It is false. Babu? No, it's not like that. Which means that it has to be greater and equal. Both has to happen. Okay, anyone is not the thing case here. Okay, next Y. What is the Y result in the next level? Y is actually 1101. Oh, here is I have written Y is for this one. For Y1, let us write Y1, Y1. Okay, Y1, Y1. Okay, because same name I'm using there. No, Y1, Y1, Y1. So what about this one, Y1? Y is actually 1101 is less than, what is Z here? So Z is not represented. So it is Z, not E, Z. Z is actually 1xxx. So here, if any one of the operand is unknown, so the result is also unknown. Result is also unknown, which means that y1 is equal to x value. Now x not, the meaning of the x is not x, it is unknown. Okay. It is unknown. Okay, this is how we have to do the relational operators. Then quickly we move on to the equality operator, then we can stop. Okay. So we will go for equality operation. Equality operator. Okay, so it is also similar to that of the comparison operation only. Okay, but it will check the equality. Okay, it check the equality. So therefore, is similar relational operator, which means comparison happens. Okay, so what are the available equality operators are there? You write a, so equal, available. Available operators. So the number one is equal, double equal that we have to write. Okay, logical equal. It is called logical equal, logical not equal, and case equal, case not equal. So that's how I had to write. Okay, so what we can call it as this is called logical equal, case equal, case not equal. Okay, case not equal. Next, logical not equal. Please remember these differences. Okay, first two are logical thing. Second one is case equal. So what do you mean by this one? Okay, so this can be understood very easily with the help of an example. Okay, so for example, you consider A is equal, for example, 4 and B is equal to 3. Okay, suppose X is equal to 4 bit of 1010 and Y equal to 4 bit of 1101 and Z is equal to 4 bit of 1xxx. For example, M is equal to, for example, 4 bit of 1xxx and N equal to 4 bit of 1xxx. Okay, see, look at the question here. I want to perform, for example, some P is equal to A equal to B and as on. Okay, so what value is assigned to P? That's what the question. Okay, next, X is not equal to Y. Suppose some P is equal to X not equal to Y. What will happen? Next, P is equal to X equal to Z. Okay, what will happen to this? Next, P is equal to Z equal to M, for example, and P is equal to Z equal to N, and P is equal to M not equal to N. Okay, so this is what I want to calculate from this data. Okay, so what do you mean by the double equal? Double equal is actually, it has to perform bit by bit. It has to perform bit by bit comparison. Okay, it has to perform bit by bit comparison, and it does not evaluate if it has got unknown value. It does not evaluate if any data has got an unknown value. Okay, so for example, A and B is there. So two things that I'm saying. So bit by bit comparison has to perform, and any data should not containing unknown value. So then only it will produce either the logic 0 information or logic 1 information, unknown information. Okay, in a single bit data only the output will be. Okay, so A and B let us consider. Okay, what is the A value? A value is equal to 1010. What is the B value? 1001. So this is bit by bit. So is these two are equal? No, unequal. So that means it's false. Okay. So if any one of the data is false, the total value is false. P is equal to false. P is equal to false. That is equal to 0 will be assigned to P. Right? So one thing is over. What about this one? X value is equal to, I'm sorry, A and B are not like that. No. A is 3. A is equal to 4. which is equal to 3. That's what I was asking. Yeah, A value is equal to 4. I have again B value is equal to 3. So if both are equal, that means that first one is a true value. Okay, but anyway, which means that A value equal to 3 avutunda avadu kada. It may be a true value, but the values are not at all equal. Values are not at all equal. So value comparison has been done here. Okay. So therefore, what is happening here is not equal. That means the false. Therefore, the output is equal to 0 will be assigned to this one. Okay. So, for example, A is equal to 3 I have given, B is also 3 I am giving. A is equal to 3 and B is also 3 I am giving. Then what will happen? 3 equal to 3, that is equal to true, therefore true information will be given. Okay. For example, P is equal to A equal to 3 unknown, 2 unknown, for example, equal to 2. So what do you mean by this one? In this case, for example, I consider A and B is something like this I have given. What is the value that is assigned to P? The value is also false. That means 3 is equal to 2 the not false. Okay. So therefore, the variable comparison can be done, or variable value can be compared. That's what we get. Fine. So what about the second one? So here we have a 1 0 1 0. Okay, 1 1 0 1. Okay. So we need to compare inequality. So therefore, what is happening here? Both are equal or false? It's a false. So here also, if any of the data is false, automatically the entire information will be false. Therefore, this operation is true. This operation will be true. Okay. So therefore, yes, X and Y are not equal. The output is true. Therefore, what is the value that will be assigned to this one? Y value is assigned to 1. Not Y. What we are using is a P value. Okay. So no need to compare on other things also. What about X is equal to Z? What is X value? The X value is actually 1xxx. The X value is 1010. What is the Z value? 1xxx, right? So if you want to perform the comparison, what is the value that we'll get? Since any one of the data is equal to unknown, the value of this one is also unknown. Therefore, function 1 is actually unknown. So what do you mean by the unknown? Unknown means X. So here the X is the value, logical value, unknown. Now what about Z? So here if see, so far so good. Now we come enter into the case equality. Case equality means X cannot be violated. Unknown value cannot be violated. That means X and X also comparable. Z and Z also comparable. Okay, let us see that one. Z is actually, for example, X1 X. What about M? M is 1 X. Okay, so since it is a case equality that we are doing, so X and X will be comparable. X and X will be comparable, therefore that's true. Okay, so next X also comparable. It is true, it is also true. And this will be compared, this is also true. This is compared, this is also true. Therefore, total value is true value. So what we will get for P is also logic 1. Is it clear? So in case of logical equality, you will find logic 0 as output, logic 1 as an output, unknown is also an output. Whereas in the case operation, case equality, case inequality, we find only logic 0 and logic 1 is the output. Because unknown value, we don't get it. Okay, so that's it. So what about M not equal to 0? What about the next one? For example, here I'm doing M, what is M? 1xxx. What about N? 1xxx. 1 and xxx. Okay, what is the value of this one? Both are equal, is it true? Is it true? Then all are true. But we are asking for not equal or not. Therefore, it's false. Okay. Therefore, P is equal to 0 will be assigned to this one because that's true actually, but it's asking the false or not. Okay, so that's what we can see. Therefore, logical case and logical, for example, we'll take another one example, 1xz0. Now this is also 1xz0 of a1, a2. If I'm asking that a1 is equal to a2 and again, so what is your answer then? See, Verilog is a 4-valued logic. Okay, Z is also a possible input. Okay, then what will be the output for this one? So here, as I mentioned, that bit by bit comparison has to be done. Okay, this is true. This is also true. This is also true. This is also true. Therefore, total is true. Therefore, it is logic 1. For example, A1 is equal to 1xz0. A2 is equal to 1xxx0, for example. Okay. So in this case, we look at this one. So these are comparable. This is true. But the Z and X are not equal. Okay, this is false. Of course, if one is false means everything is false. Therefore, A1 equal to A2. If I ask, the answer will be logic 0 for this one. Okay. So far, whatever the data that we have seen, either a logical, okay, whether the relational, or wherever, for example, equality. For all these three operators, the output will be single bit data. What is the conclusion for this one? So the final conclusion is for logical, comma, relational, comma, equality operators, results single bit data, single bit output data, or I can say the single bit output. Okay, please remember this point. Okay, so we stop here today and we will see in the next class. Okay, thank you very much.